I'm so fortunate to be connecting with you today. We can be in any part of the world, but it's possible for us to connect today through the media. I feel especially lucky because the topic on which I'm talking, and this is the third episode, is gratitude. So in the first episode, we talked about becoming aware of how much we had in our life, our true wealth, and understanding how we could invest this wealth and how we could use this wealth for our benefit. So when we use it for our happiness and our pleasure, and then we invest it. And to do that, up to now, I have explained to you 3 steps. The first is to be journaling, orally or written, and then to start expressing your feelings about the blessings you have in your life, the daily blessings that we forget, the fact that we are healthy, the fact that when we want we can raise our hand, the fact that when we want we can close our eyes, we can chew, we can bite. So as we keep becoming aware more and more and more of the blessing, the daily blessings we have in our life, and then of course the special blessings we have in our life, and the special day blessings we have in our life, like there are festivals, there are times when we meet friends, there are things that go right for us. All those things, as we become more aware we have this, we start expressing it. We start saying, we start using words like, I am so lucky, I'm so fortunate, I'm so blessed. I feel so happy today that my day at work went well and I am going out now to meet friends because today is Friday and I look forward to enjoying the weekend. I feel so fortunate that I'm going for a game of tennis because it means not only can I have a sport which I like, it also means I'm healthy and fit, that I can play tennis. It also means that I have what is required, like I'm part of maybe a club or something where I can play tennis, I can afford the equipment, and I have people who will play with me. Each of these things, none of them can be taken for granted. Good health cannot be taken for granted. What about the facilities to play tennis? Very few people have. The ability to buy good tennis rackets and balls, even less people. And then to have partners who will play with you willingly, and maybe after that have a drink with you as well. So each of these things we start saying it, and as we do it, the programming starts happening. It starts rolling. I'm fortunate, I'm lucky. We start seeing the positive things in life. And then I said that after you've deepened it with this kind of awareness, you start expanding it. You start seeing the subtleties. You start feeling the small joys. You know, these are like pearls which are strewn in our life. These are like going out in your garden and finding confetti out of the blue. You know, small things to feel happy about and then to express that. And then as a part of this practice, I also said to become aware of the chain of each thing we have in our life, whether what we are eating, what we are wearing, what we are using, all of these things. How did they come to us? How many people worked hard? What about the benevolence of the people, the kindness of the people who serve us? When we go out, there is the traffic warden, there are people who've cleaned the streets, everything is in order, the city is functioning, so many such things. The buildings are standing. When we have an electricity problem, there's someone who'll come and fix it for us. So all these things we become aware of. And now we take the 4th step. The 4th step is what I call beaming the gratitude light. Beaming the gratitude light means that till now I have lit up my own home. Now I take this very light and I start shining it outside so that it can light up people's lives. How do we do that? So as a practice, what we do, when we think of something we are grateful for, we think of someone who would like to but does not have that blessing in their life. So let us say in the morning, we have time to sit down and have our breakfast before we go to work. Our neighbor may be a very busy mother who has to get up early and get breakfast and lunch ready, send the children off to school, and then herself leave for work. She may perhaps just grab a bread roll or a banana, and that too on the run. So she would not have the luxury of sitting down and enjoying a breakfast someone has made for her. Or perhaps when you go for a walk, you think of someone whose health is not good. Maybe they've had a surgery and they cannot walk, or someone who would love to walk but they live in such a crowded area, or they come back from work so late that they just don't have the opportunity to do this. And so for these people, we start wishing this. I wish for this person this blessing that I am enjoying today. I wish for my neighbor that she should also be able to enjoy her breakfast in the morning. I'm blessed with good health. I wish for the person across the street or on the floor above me the same good health, because I know they are not keeping well. In our house, we have good relationships. I know I can sometimes in the neighborhood, I can hear fights between couples. I wish for them the same peace. You sit down for a meal with the family and you think of someone who's away from their family, who's living alone, working alone, and then you wish for them that they may have the blessing and the good fortune of also enjoying meals with the family. So start first by thinking of specific people, and then you can expand it to the groups. Okay, by which I mean, so it would not be that for all the people who cannot have breakfast, I wish for them. I wish for my neighbor and I wish for others. The reason we do this is because if you first generalize, the mind tends to skim over it. You don't get to anchor it. But the moment we take a realistic example, a real example of someone, so we take a reference point. When we take a reference point, we can anchor it, and then we expand it to the entire group. So you may think perhaps of someone who's alone, and then countless people, the immigrants who go to different countries to work, or in Mumbai where I live, we get people who come from all over India to work and their families live in villages. The armed forces that are on the frontier protecting the country all alone while their families are in some other place. Then you start expanding it to people. But the moment we get a reference point, it's a good way of anchoring. So think of 1, 2, 3, whatever people, and beam the gratitude light on them. I have this, I wish it for you. And as you practice this more and more, it becomes such a spontaneous part of your life. I find now whenever I go to a restaurant, whichever waiter serves me, always from within me, there will be a blessing, just as you have served me. When you go home, I pray that there is someone there to serve you a hot meal. If someone has helped me in some way, medically someone has helped me, I will wish them good health so that they can continue to be a blessing in their profession. So this starts becoming spontaneous. The same light, it first lit up our lives, now we are turning it out and we are shining it on others, it's lighting up their life. And if it hasn't already happened, and it should have, now you find the universal law kicking in, that what you give is what you receive. Find people being so kind, so helpful. Find such wonderful things coming into your life. People doing gestures you would never imagine, and initially you can start feeling a little awkward and maybe a little undeserving. I know I used to. And then slowly, when you start understanding that this is nothing but the law of the universe, the fair and just and kind law of the universe, that what I give out is what I get. And therefore, you start enjoying it, and then you start doing more, and then they do more, and this beautiful cycle of gratitude continues. Find you are blessing people. Just randomly you'll think of someone, and you'll think of them and you'll bless them for something. And then maybe they will connect with you. Because that leads to the fifth step, which is the final step that I would like to share with you. And that step is, when this becomes a part of your life and you become a channel, you start walking your talk, and you really find this happening. You know, you're going out to buy something for yourself, and you see maybe a t-shirt and you think of a niece or a nephew or a cousin who loves that color or that type of, you know, garment, and you buy it for them. And sometimes you even forget to buy for yourself. Or you're cooking something and you think of someone and you say, oh, you know, so-and-so just loves this. And I have done this so many times. I will make an extra portion, I will call that person and I'll say, you know, I'm just couriering you a hot soup or a lovely pasta dish that I have made just now. And more often than not, it's exactly what they would want to have that day. Or you pick up something, a gift for someone, and you realize this is what they want. You pick up the phone with the idea of calling someone else, but you call another person and you realize that it was required in this moment. You're going somewhere, you make a detour, or the road is blocked and you take another road, and later you realize that happened so that you could have helped someone who was on the road. So you start walking the talk, and the fifth phase, where actually it's not so much we do as the grace on us, we become a channel for gratitude. We become a channel for kindness. We become the channel for grace. You know, in the Sanskrit chants, in many of the Vedic texts, they tell you when you chant this, this is the benefit you will get. It's called Phala Shruti. And it means that if you chant this or you pray like this regularly, this is the benefit you will get. So although we have not done the gratitude practice selfishly for any benefit, the gift that gratitude gives us is the gift of kindness in a world that needs it most just now. It gives us the gift of compassion, where we can feel deeply for another. It gives us the gift of joy, where we can spontaneously share joy and spread joy. It gives us the grace, the gift to be graceful, gracious, and generous. Because gratitude has this power. See, all of us are channels. There's no one who's not. What happens is, with our life experience and our desires and our strong emotions, we create blocks in our system. Now, if there are blocks, nothing can flow. A channel is one that is open and things can flow through them. It's as simple as that. Okay, it's nothing so great or anything. If it's clean, if it's clear, things will flow. So what gratitude does, as we practice and as we practice it more and more, it starts clearing up these things, you know, and it's not even acidic. Normally if a pipe is blocked, they will put some, you know, acid in it to clear it up or something. No, it's gentle, it's benevolent, but it's powerful. So it starts clearing off all the blockages, you know, all sorts of blockages. And as these blockages clear and we from inside become pure and simple and clear, we become a spontaneous channel. If the universe wants to do something for someone, it has to do it through a medium, right? You'll find more and more it will do it through you. So this is the gift that gratitude gives us. It clears the blockages. It makes us a channel for goodness, for kindness. So practice gratitude. Become this wonderful channel. Be kind. Be gentle, be compassionate, be joyful, be generous, be graceful, be gracious. I wish this for myself, I wish it for you, and I wish it for everyone. And may it be so. Thank you so much for being with me through all the 3 episodes of the gratitude practice. I feel so fortunate to be connected to you.